each soothing breath you take, let yourself enjoy every moment of the peace, every moment of awareness. And I invite you to try to have a few breaths where all your attention is in the breath. Every moment of the breath, you're feeling it. It's like your eyes are looking into your nose, just putting your attention there. If you notice your mind has wandered back into thoughts, appreciate that you've learned to be more aware. And just watch how you can guide yourself back into the breath, how you can bring your attention into hearing and feeling the breath, and just set your mind there to stay even longer. You may like to just keep going into the breath, or if you need a little break, you could just imagine training your mind that at its core is this deep peace, that you're always aware, and so in every moment you just choose ease and confidence and bliss. Every one of these breaths takes you more into your enlightened self. And then with that, we all go back into our breath. Just feeling every moment of the breath. It's a mental vacation, enjoying watching your consciousness. If any thoughts or feelings arise, just bring your mind back into the breath. Maybe even see how instantly you could go back to just breathing. Just letting your consciousness drop back into peace. Practicing the ability to just let it go. You may like to experiment with taking deeper or stronger breaths, or happier or more caring breaths. Or you may just be enjoying just flowing with the natural breath and observing your consciousness. Every time you go back to the breath, your mind is more free. You've let go of that thing. It makes even more space in your feelings, more space and freedom in your consciousness. Then in a few minutes we'll transition into a compassion meditation. So I invite you for the few minutes more of mindful meditation to watch every moment with attentiveness, with excitement, learning to master your own consciousness. It's so amazing. So as you hold your attention in the breath with each moment, feel that you're also learning more and more how to balance the mind, how to calm the mind, how to let go of any thoughts or feelings, how to be free. And next we're going to move into compassion meditation. So I'd like you just to start to take a moment to appreciate that you just gave yourself a gift, watching your mind, giving yourself peace and awareness. And as you think about that, You may find a feeling of self-care, kindness to yourself. The positive things you practice will help you tomorrow and next week. You could imagine yourself into this year, into this decade. As you see yourself throughout your whole life, just have a moment to care for all of you. We've already been meditating to notice our awareness. So as you're doing this kindness meditation, you can notice what feelings or what focuses feel good or powerful or interesting. Guide your own meditation. So as we practice this self-care, self-kindness, guide it that it feels beautiful, soothing, helpful. And next I want you to think about a really good friend, maybe a really close family member. And imagine you just looking into their mind, and if you had the ability to just put peace and care and soothing kindness into them. Imagine how that would feel to then look at them, to talk with them. You're just shining care and kindness and love into them. Perhaps your mind has moved to some other close friends. And as you think of those people that you see often, with each one of them, I invite you to wish for them happiness, peace, and kindness. And then notice how your meditation changes as you think of those people and imagine if they were hurting, and feel how you would wish for them to be free from suffering. Think through the people that are closest to you, and with each one of them, let yourself feel in the most beautiful way you can that you wish for them to be free from suffering, that you wish for them ease and comfort, thoughts and states of mind to be free from suffering. And then let your mind expand and start to think of more of your friends. Each person that comes to mind, smile at them, wish them kindness, and wish them to be free from suffering. What arises for me as I think of each of you is I want you to know that I care about you. And just as simple as saying that, so that the people know that you care. As you think of each of those people and you wish them happiness, you wish them to be free from suffering, perhaps also think about how you want to let them know that they are cared for. And then I invite you all to just step back from those people and reflect upon your kindness meditation. How does it feel? What have you been practicing? And then set the intention that you're going to practice a care and a kindness that's not just more beautiful, but it's also better for you. That's more fun, that's more easy, that's more expressive. And I invite you to remember each person that you've meditated on tonight. And as you look at them, just open up more joy, more smiles, more fun. Give each person 10 seconds. Practice the feeling of ease and comfort and joy and fun in the smiles and care of each person. Imagine next time you see them, actually having a feeling that's more of this positive thing that you're practicing. More smiles, more relaxation, more laughter, more expressiveness of your caring. And then I invite you to think about yourself and give yourself more caring, more smiling, more laughing, to say kind or encouraging things to yourself. And then next I invite you to think of every being on the planet, every person from all over the world, and everything that's awake, from the ants through to the butterflies, the mice, the fish, the lambs, the kittens, the monkeys, the birds. Think of everything that's awake on this planet. And let yourself feel care. That obviously you would wish for every one of them to be a little happier if you could. And just acknowledging that that's in every one of us. That we'd wish for all beings to be happy. It's so beautiful. So let's just meditate on all beings being happy and all beings caring for all beings. If some exceptions come to mind, just put them aside for now. You can think most beings to be happy and most beings feeling love. And perhaps as we all practice, then there's more care and kindness. Everyone can shine that more. And even if you look at all the exceptions, there's still billions and billions or trillions of caring, kind, awake beings. Just like you might pet a kitten or a lamb and just love it. Just with that same sweetness, let your care and kindness shine out across the whole world. Imagine what your mindset would be like if every day you had this feeling that you were carrying this love for all beings, like a torch of light that you shine out to everybody, like an ambassador for a world of compassion, inviting everybody into this world of compassion. What would your mind be like each day? How would you feel knowing that you're spreading love and kindness? And I invite you just to take a few strong breaths and let that feeling grow. Let any thoughts or ideas that positively come with that, let them feel stronger. And then just set the intention that that caring and kindness will continue to get more inside of you. The way you care for yourself, the way you're kind to those around you, the way that spreads and spreads and spreads out to all beings. Tell your subconscious, tell your thoughts and creativity to keep growing that, making it more beautiful. Finding ways to share it that are more fun and more contagious.
He's
Yeah,
back. Welcome
I
back.
couldn't meditate with a bunch of people who have never meditated around me. I don't feel comfortable with my with my family just like walking in and out in an instant, or just children walking in and out in an instant. I don't feel at peace when I'm in one house with a bunch of people.
Fluffy,
And oh,
I would love to discuss that after the meditation. The stream's still happening, so how about we just wrap up the meditation and then come back to that question?
all right, okay.
So, for those of you who are still out there in the meditation, sorry about the interruption, and for all of us here, let's just take a few deep breaths and dive back in. We're just going to remember what we did and then wrap it up in a bow. So, remember the time that you spent just watching the breath and watching the mind. Appreciate every moment that you saw what your mind was doing. Feel that you've learned to be more aware and more empowered. And then remember our kindness meditation, being kind to you. Appreciating that every time you practice peace or kindness or positivity, it helps you. It helps you tomorrow. It helps you next week. It helps you into your future. And imagining that perspective, caring for the whole of you, doing the things that help you most for the rest of your life. And always being kind and encouraging and nurturing to yourself. And then I invite you just to remember whatever were your favorite moments as we thought about our close friends and family. We wish for them well-being. We wish for them to be free from suffering. Maybe you'll remember things you want to say to people. Or maybe you'll remember feelings you want to carry with you. And then we moved from there into our kindness meditation, feeling that we wish for everyone to be free from suffering. And we'll finish the meditation with just 2 minutes to breathe. You just watch your mind, watch your attention. And I invite you to finish your meditation with some kind of dedication to cherish the kindness, to meditate each day, to practice kindness meditation more often, as much as you can, to notice your breath, to notice your mind, to practice letting go and being free, or whatever you choose to dedicate. And then as I'm wrapping up meditation, I feel like stretching. Perhaps you feel like stillness. Perhaps you feel like still watching your mind very closely and calmly as you gently open your eyes. Just invite you to come out of the meditation in whatever way feels good for you. So, thanks for meditating, and thanks to everyone who's here and the people on the live stream. Thanks for being cool with the disruption and then coming back in to wrap up the meditation. Can I hear with a giggle or see with a wave or a self-hug or something, or perhaps a thumbs down? How was the meditation for each of you? You got some self-hugs? You got some waves, some thumbs up? Those of you out on the live stream, I hope you enjoyed the meditation. Wonderful. So, Fluffy Puppy, you were mentioning being comfortable meditating when there's people walking through or there's strangers around. Is that right? Did I hear correctly?
No, I don't. You did not. I have the reason I have not been here, I guess like last Monday, I guess, was of course one of my batteries had died for the remote control, and of course it was for a vacation in the country, and I could not relax and enjoy myself to meditate whatsoever because my family is are very much indifferent to what I am experiencing. And like the things that I do, like light an incense and set it down somewhere else, they're like, it's a very strong smell. Please move it somewhere else, and I can understand that. And it's a bit stressful for me to be comfortable doing what I do around people that have not done this before. And of course, that are like, have not done what I'm doing. I felt stressed. I needed to get it off my chest coming here.
I'm glad you came. And I think a lot of us can relate how, whether it's meditating around family or just things you want to do or ways you want to be around other people. Would you like to hear some of my thoughts about that?
Sure.
So, incense can be quite strong for some people. So, like as you said, you understand if they're not a fan of that. But perhaps if you went and sat outside somewhere beautiful, and they might be able to see you through a window, And some part of them may see the peace or the calm of you meditating. So by them seeing it, it allows them to then think about it and relate to it. If you're right up in their face with the incident, there may just be more aversion than being able to experience you. So I'm sure you did try to find some ways to do your thing, but I guess I just want to encourage you to try and think outside the box. Maybe going out into nature, or perhaps you could try meditation with them without even meditating. You could just tell them, oh, I really like to think about how much I care about each of you. If we did it for a few seconds and just cared about us, it's something I really love. And there you go, you did a 1 minute meditation with your family, and hopefully that would be in a way that they would like. And yeah, if you're feeling stressed, another great thing can be to do some exercise, go for a jog or a swim, and just transform how you feel. Use the adrenaline and the fitness combined with some positivity and some purpose to bring some peace to your body and to your mind. I hope at some time those suggestions will be helpful.
Yeah.
Actually, something else you said that I really do want to mention is their actions, that situation made you feel stressed. And I want to put the idea into your mind that you're a meditator and you can watch your mind in each moment and you can remember peace. And so next time there's a situation where you start to notice some stress, that it actually just reminds you to focus on peace. No matter what's going on, maybe you can't ever change how they feel about incense, but you can change how you react to that. And so no matter what's going on, you practice bringing your peace and your awesome feelings with you. You don't need incense to meditate. All you need is this moment. And I just want to empower you to remember that in each moment you get to connect with everything good you ever learned. In every breath, you're always breathing. That's why some people say that breath is central to the meditation, because then you can be making every moment a meditation.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I'd love to hear anyone else's thoughts or reflections, either from this meditation or just what's going on for you at the moment. And those of you on the live stream, feel free to jump in too. Say Bellows?
It's just nice to be here. And it's nice to see other people again.
Yeah, it's
That's
great.
all.
It's great to have you here.
Yeah. It's just another thing. It makes me realize how funny things are in life actually, and how we take little things so big. When life is pretty simple. People complicate things. They overthink, too much. I would say, overanalyze too much. I just find that funny.
What would be the other way of being?
Hmm?
Well, I definitely don't want those ideas to be part of my way of being. So I guess I'm thinking about being at peace with things and seeing solutions to things rather than overthinking them. Or what you just said about little things, we can make them into big things. I think that would be really good to just always remind ourselves, in the grand scheme of things, each little thing's just kind of small. We can handle each little thing if we just take it easy. Fluffy Puppy, I want to share a part of my reflection from the meditation, responding to, I guess, what both of you said. I started to think of a really dear friend, and some months ago we did a kindness meditation, and in that we were really focused on one person and then another person, and for quite a long time I was doing all the different ways you could care for that person, and then another person, and all the different ways I was inspired. But for one big block I was thinking of someone in particular that is really important to me. And afterwards I shared the recording with that person and said, hey, wow, I was thinking of you for this whole section. And I don't think they ever watched it. And I've invited them to these classes a lot, and they've never come. And I was thinking about that during this meditation, and watching my roller coaster of expectations and what I want the people close to me to be like and what I want us to share. And when that doesn't work, how I react. And then I was trying to step out of that and step back into, how could I be kinder? How could I present things or think about other people in a way that was more understanding and more helpful? How could I react emotionally in a way that's better for me? Yeah. So, we all have people around, and they're always going to be different than what we expect. So together we can help each other practice patience and, what are some other words I'm thinking? Magnanimousness, or dignified reactions. I'd love to hear from some of the people who were new here tonight. How was the meditation for you, or what were some moments or things that were said that really stood out for you?
I don't know, I started doing meditation again in my life because I really need it, since I have a lot of energies and things to work on in my life in order to do the right things I want to do in life. And meditation helps keep your mental state balanced and help you make the right choices.
Thank you. I'm glad you're here with us. I hope this meditation was great for you. Just checking the live stream. Now, that meditation was about an hour, and I was very aware as I saw some of you. It looked like someone was checking their watch. You probably weren't, because your character doesn't wear a watch. But I was thinking, I hope that people are enjoying this depth and this longer time to practice. And basically everybody stayed all the time through, so that's really nice for me. Does anyone else have any other thoughts or reflections?
Some people Neo have a performance tracking program on their hand to check to see if like their computer's getting too hot and stuff like that.
Yeah, it was your watch that I was talking about.
Yeah, I was checking my performance.
Cool. Excellent. That's good to know you were seeing if your system was good enough to go longer, not checking the time to see if you should go sooner. Hmm. One thing I hope that some of you might have noticed that in a longer meditation, maybe you went deeper, and then maybe there was also time where your mind was like, had enough, but then I hope I guided you back into something deeper or more interesting. And I hope that motivates you to try more longer meditations. Alright, so as I've said many times, these sessions are for you. So I just want to open it up. If anyone has any questions about meditation or about self-transformation or training the minds or the feelings, or about how would you apply this to something in your life, we'll have a few questions, a few discussions, and then we'll wrap up. Pops?
I've found that I started meditating while listening to the Tibetan singing bowls on YouTube, and I found that they almost put me in like a state of like blissful hypnosis. And I'm wondering, am I taking advantage of that by using that, or is that a good thing?
You'll get different answers from different people. I mean, there's a reason they use those bowls in meditation, because they take people into beautiful states. I would say almost in every way that's a good thing. Meditation is to practice feeling good and to go into these beautiful states and then carry them with you. Someone who has been critical might say, hey, you don't have these bowls in everyday life, so you want to practice that you have that bliss all the time without them. So maybe breathing and just being with your breath and your mind trains you to have it all the time. But even with that point, I wouldn't say, hey, it's not good to do it with the bowls. I would say the bowls are taking you into this beautiful place, and then sometimes practice going to that beautiful place with just your breath. And then I say, that's great.
Cool. Thank you.
Maybe put some singing bowl tracks into your music playlist at work, or just play it around the house a little more.
Yeah, good idea.
Thanks for the question. I guess to generalize it a little more, maybe not everybody's listening to singing bowls, is I've heard similar questions about using mantras or using meditation aids like beads or yoga. And there was definitely a time in my life where I was doing lots of single-pointed breathing meditation, and the positive effect of that was so great. I wanted everybody to know how to just completely master their own mind, just their own consciousness. So at the time I would have said, hey, just breathe, just your single point. But I've seen that, I was somehow in a state of mind where I was able to do that every day, longer each time. So yeah, if you can get to that, I would definitely encourage it. But I don't think that should then take away from other ways to get into profound states. I was listening to guided hypnosis during that chapter in my life, and that would take me to these hypnotically profound states, and then that became more part of my meditation. And I'm sure that then empowered my mental freedom, how I thought about how my mind could do different things. So, yeah, I think experiencing these different practices, especially the ones that feel great and easy, and then learning how to bring that into your consciousness all the time, that is great. The one place I'd be careful is I wouldn't want someone to think, oh, meditation's always with mantras, or meditation has to have singing bowls. If it becomes a crutch, then I'd encourage you to throw the crutch away. If it's just another one of your tools that makes your life rich and beautiful, I think that's great. I've been in some meditation traditions, and I'm not even meaning a small one, like some countries where this is what's predominantly taught in a Buddhist country, whereas they all do a mantra as their focus. And there's millions of them, but very few I ever found had much mental stillness or would say, oh yeah, I've managed to actually transform things. It's just like they all know meditation's great and they do this chant on Buddha, 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 but then they're all struggling with stuff and seem to, when they have an issue, they focus on the issue and make the issue bigger as opposed to letting it go and moving into peace. So yeah, I very much wish that I could convince all the teachers in that country to drop the mantra and just breathe. And yeah, like many crutches, maybe the mantra like catches your attention, so it's better than beginner, but it's not the next 10 levels of awesome. So we should always be excited to explore what could be more empowering to my mind, what could give my consciousness more ability to go into different states, to be aware in every little moment as maximally as possible. Yeah, just keep giving yourself as much freedom and power as you can. I say that, but then that reminds me of some groups I've been in where they really believe in magic. They're really into visualizing wild energies and whirlpools from other dimensions, and it makes them feel amazing. It's a wild mental trip. But it's not true. And so then the conclusions they come to, it's just often fantasies. So when I say, hey, find the things that empower you most, I want to encourage you also to balance that by like what's true. To make yourself as real and as empowered as possible.
I guess I would mentally want to challenge that in some way by saying, when we look at history, how much do we know is true? I don't want to offend anyone here, so I won't get too deep into it, but I know, I don't, as far as I'm aware in Christianity, I don't think Jesus was the only person that worked on the Bible, that there were also his followers. So, what if someone forgets something? Or what if they misremember a lesson and that lesson gets passed on?
Oh yeah,
Or another example, if that's too touchy, could be like a story of like a hero. And like, what if the story of that hero makes him seem a lot better of a person than he really was?
Yeah, people do meditate on role models or avatars or ideal beings and try to emulate that. And I think trying to emulate your imagined most amazing person is a good thing. And we can hold both of those in mind at the same time. Like, what would be the ideal person? What does that person represent? And even if in their day-to-day life they had struggles or they did things that by today's values would be bad, like the ideal of aiming to be amazing or the positive states of love and kindness that they created, that's still something we can emulate. So I guess when I said keep it real, keep it true, is be able to do both. If imagining multi-dimensional power flowing through you makes you feel pumped up for days, cool, do it sometimes. But I encourage you also to check, is this real? If it works, that's not actually how the universe is. Is there a way I could make it more powerful in a way I can share with people who don't believe in multidimensional vortexes? Or when it comes to scriptures, I wasn't even thinking of scriptures when I said keep it real. Almost any scripture you can go and you can see mistranslations or superstitions at the time that people believed and have been passed on. So yeah, I guess that's part of why I encourage people to be honest, search for truth, question things, find what's real, uplift the things that are awesome, and also be able to question things that are believed that might not actually be accurate. And then your question, how do we actually know what's true? One thing I like to do is to hold many different lenses. I love the scientific lens, being able to like look at experiments and evidence and stuff that they can repeat 1,000 times over and they know that works. It's a very powerful lens to look things through. But I also want to look at lens through the lens of love and kindness. And I also want to look at it through the lens of creativity. And if something works through many lenses, I'm much more confident that it's true and good than if it only works through some lenses.
That's cool. When you speak on the scientific side of things, I've been thinking about how they do those experiments where more often than not, someone can feel the presence of someone else looking at them. And I've been wondering what that is. Like, is that energy? Is that electricity? Like, what could that be? That when someone is in like a glass room, like facing in like a padded room with like a glass that goes one way, they can most of the time feel when someone is looking at them versus when someone isn't looking at them.
So I would love to believe that that's true. When I was at university, I was reading lots of paranormal science books, and they claimed that they had found these things. I was in a club where we also went and tried to replicate the experiments, but most of the time we actually couldn't replicate the experiments. So I would encourage you to find out what's the source where that was claimed, and maybe do the experiment with some friends and try and be rigorous. And if you can prove that it works, like that'll blow loads of people's minds. Slow Planet, you have something you want to say? Or you're just saying hi? Hey, welcome. It's great to have you here. And as for what would be causing that, if it actually happens, if you find some evidence of it, let's explore it. But I'm kind of sure that it doesn't actually happen. I used to have all these models of how the world would work for all of these strange things. And I was sure I had ways of explaining things that was awesome and mystically accurate and powerful and scientifically accurate. But yeah, I was basing these mental models off stuff that actually didn't happen. I guess that's another reason why I want to encourage people to base things off truth, not to spend too much of your brainwaves on fantasy. You know, the world's such an amazing place just as it is. Learning how to fill the world with more love and more realness, and build more environmentally friendly houses, and figure out how to feed the world, and like just how to live awesomely in the world that we do have. To me, that's so awesome. That deserves our attention more than stuff that maybe possibly there's a glimpse of something outside the world. I feel like that's just wasting time when the real world needs our love and power and creativity.
I agree.
Mm. All right, I think we have time for one or two more questions, and then we're going to wrap up. Has anyone else got anything they'd like to ask or share? Or Zenity? You just chilling? Cool. Actually, Zenity posted some amazing art in our Discord, and it made me really wonder like how you do that. I have no idea how you'd create that. And I wanted to see a video of like from start to finish what was your creative process. And I guess that makes me think about there's so many people in the world that can do amazing things. And I hope that we all get better at teaching and better at learning and better at finding out how to do great stuff. So Zenity, thanks for the inspiration. And I'm looking forward to that how to do video if you want to make it. All right, I think then it's time for us to have a little closing meditation. Basically going to redo our main meditation. Just a chance for you to remember it, re-feel it, rededicate your feelings and thoughts and decisions to the bits that were most important for you. So let's just start by dedicating your awareness, your mind, to goodness. You can think and you can practice stuff that makes you more awesome, that makes your life easier, that makes you a more positive impact on people around you. And if we all do that, the world becomes a kinder, more beautiful, more awesome place. And if you really practice watching your mind carefully and carry ideas of strength and awesomeness, you're able to drop anything that doesn't serve you and replace it with comfort and confidence and awesomeness and excitement and expressiveness and brilliance. So let's just bring our attention to our breath. And with each breath, feel yourself becoming aware, conscious, blissful, easeful. And expand it out more than just this moment. You're learning how to bring that into every breath, into every moment. And just watch very closely your thoughts, your awareness. And then imagine you could bring bliss and ease into every moment, just watching your attention, even when your family or people that are close to you act in ways that are very different than what you'd want. You bring in peace and power. Even when you're in new or different situations, you bring in peace and power. Hold that in your core in every moment, in every situation. You have this freedom. Practice the feelings that you want. Any thoughts or feelings that don't help you, you can just drop them. Come back into the breath. Always free. Now imagine if you really took that on, absolutely could just drop any thoughts or feelings that don't help you. Boom, you always had this freedom with you. Breathe into that. In every moment, practicing this beautiful, empowered, enlightened mind. And as we meditated, we just watched the dance between being in the breath, in consciousness, and watching the mind, or just being carried by the mind. So as you just keep watching, learning how to be more and more into that awareness. And as you keep making that awareness strong, also make it feel good, make it soothing, make it blissful, make it powerful. Empowered, awake, and free in every moment. And then we moved into compassion meditation. And I just invite you to remember it. Take a few breaths where you make the compassion feel more beautiful, lovely. What feeling would you wish for everyone in your life? Just take some breath to practice that feeling into yourself so that you can shine it out to everybody. I'm going to ring the bell. We're going to make our way out of the temple. You can have a moment with the enlightened being, perhaps with all the enlightenment in yourself, perhaps the idea of a world where everybody is guided by freedom and enlightenment and compassion in every moment. And then as you leave the temple, you can bow to the crowd and join the crowd as we bow to everybody else. Let's just make this leaving a meditative moment. You hold the most good things, the most beautiful feelings, the empowered awareness, the awesome thoughts. Hold them, strengthen them, carry them with you. Offer them to the enlightened everything. Carry them out of the temple into your life. Alright, we'll let the other people... Oh, there they come. Alright, everybody. There's a camera there at the door. So, I want us all just to think of anybody who might watch this video in the next 1,000,000 years. And let's just have a bow to all beings. And then we all turn to face each other. Let's make a little circle. We'll have a bow all to one another. Thank you for an awesome time, everybody. And thank you for joining us. Please share the video with us. Don't forget to like, subscribe,